My name is Kim Mazzella, and I am a mindset coach, and I'm a light docent. And today I want to talk about judgment. And I talk about judgment a lot here because it's very obvious that it's part of the human condition, right? It's really part of what we face every day. And I also teach A Course in Miracles. And in A Course in Miracles, most of the book is about judgment. And what the course has to say about judgment is that it is the one thing that causes humans the most pain, yet we cling to it. We cling to it because my dog's in the background, so you may see her moving around. So we cling to judgment. It's actually something we tend not to let go of because there is on a level of life, we actually feel like our judgments keep us safe. And unfortunately, they do exactly the opposite. So why it feels like our judgments keep us safe is that we make the monster outside of us. So what does that mean? It means that deep down inside, we don't feel that good about ourselves, or we have stuff going on, or we feel guilt about something we're doing, or something that we said, or something that we perceive is even going on. It might not even be anything true. And we've decided we don't want to look at it. So what is easier to do? It's called projection. So we project our judgment out onto the world. So the world becomes a scary place. The world becomes a bad place. Now, I'm not saying that the world isn't any of these things. There's certainly negative things in the world and things that are not great. But what happens is when you are feeling bad about yourself, you throw your judgment out into the world, and that's what you see, because that's who you are, right? So that is why when you get a white car, which is what I got recently, and all of a sudden you notice white cars everywhere because you kind of become it, and it seems you're noticing it, right? If you felt like you were really great and the world was, and your life was really great, you tend to see that. So the truth is the world always is a reflection of who you are. But the problem with judgment is it's really a two-way street. So what happens is you feel bad about yourself, you project it out into the world, you make that person the monster. So I'm not the monster, it's the other party, or it's the other thing, or it's the other, right? And now you're feeling bad about the other on top of not owning your judgment. Right? So the way out is forgiveness. And that's my dog. So the way out is forgiveness. And what forgiveness is, according to A Course in Miracles, all of forgiveness is looking at something and not making a decision about it, assuming you don't know what it means. Because what happens is we give meaning to things. We decide this thing's good and this thing's bad. If you do this, that means you're good. If you behave like this, that means you're bad. And it really is nothing that you've decided. It's something that someone else has told you. If I want to stay in my marriage, I want to leave my marriage, that would make me a bad mom. Or if I want to leave my job, how could I make these decisions? So the question you want to ask yourself is, obviously my dog agrees. The question that you want to ask yourself is this: how many decisions do I make because I'm fearful of what they might think, or what they might say, or what they think? That tells you that your judgment is important to you. You want to hold on to it. When you start forgiving them and deciding they're not the problem, it comes from you, it makes you step into your power because you're no longer worrying about what they think or what they do or how they feel, because you've given them a break too. When you stop your judgment and you stop the cycle of judgment, what it allows you to do is step into your power, own your stuff. It's not them. It's that I've been feeling guilty about this thing that I'm thinking or saying or doing, and maybe I got to look at that. And maybe I have to either release the guilt because it's nothing to feel guilty about, or I have to manage the way I think about it or change the way I think about it. Ultimately, it's your decision. But here's the thing. Are you deciding what things mean, or are you worried what they think? And so when we judge, it keeps us in this endless cycle of not feeling good. So the only way out is forgiveness. And forgiveness is the opposite of judgment. It is just looking upon something and deciding you don't know what it means. You don't know what it means, but it's a lesson in love. And when you could just say, I don't know what this means, but I know it's a lesson in love. See, it's really hard when it seems like someone did something to you, and to say, I don't know what this means, it's a lesson in love, because it seems clearer that they did something to you. But if you could go back and back and back and take your power back, that means, when was I involved in giving away my power? So I teach a lot of this. So it's really, I may be giving it too confusingly. And if you want to know more about it, you could always just reach out to me. But basically the bottom line is, if you could start noticing when you're making someone else the problem, this is how you start taking your power back. And when you own everything that happens in the world, that's how you step into peace. I know that sounds crazy because you say, well, I can't own wars. And I'm not telling you to own wars, but own the own wars that you have going on in your own life. Own the dramas that are going on in your own life. Figure out how you can redirect them, take your power back, and that is your path to peace. Anyway, I hope you like what I've had to say. I want everybody who's watching this to feel peaceful, feel in their power. And remember this, that life is really short. So please be kind to each other, support each other, find someone to bless, someone to support, someone to hold up, and in doing so, you hold yourself up too. Have a great night. If you like what I said, you could always join my group, Supercharge Your Mindset. And remember this, love everything, because everything is in the vibration of love if you could just step into it. And that's what we all deserve. Have a great night, everybody.